All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me, making sure that everything is actually unmuted this time. That's something that I always forget to do. Welcome to the live writing session here with Killer Pros Podcast. You can see we have a little bit of a new sound, new microphone and setup. So been testing that out and trying to dial that in. Getting started a little later here. I'm playing around with some different start times. My schedule has changed quite a bit since my job changed. I'm actually working from home again, so we'll be playing around with some different start times and things, just seeing what kind of fits into my schedule. Because this is my my writing time, and I love sharing it with you guys. So I want to keep these going. Today, I am working on a short story that I'm getting ready for submission, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Also, as we go through the weeks, I'll be working on some short stories that are part of an audio fiction podcast that I'm launching. I've been working on podcast editing for a while. I've been wanting to do some sort of audio fiction for a minute. This will be mid grade. So that one will be geared more toward ages 8 and up. So we're calling it Spooky Stories for Creepy Kids. That's not the name, but that is the tagline of the show, and I'll have more about that as it comes up. That one will be debuting sometime in October. Just in time for the spooky season when kids really get into that Halloween spirit. But today, let's go ahead and get into our writing sprints. Just realized that I did not have my timer up, so I'm going to get the timer up for us. Cool. Already set to 10 minutes for our writing sprint, so I'm going to share the screen. All right. And there's our 10-minute timer. If this is the first time joining us, basically, I'm going to click the countdown on that. 10 minutes of focused work time on our stories. I'm shooting for about 1,000 words today on the short story. I'm about 2,000 words into it, and I want to keep it around that 3,000 word range and maybe get it down to 2,000 words for the submission once I go back through the editing, which I'll be doing this week. And all right, we're going to go ahead and get this done. Something that I am doing instead of writing in Scrivener, I'm actually writing this one in AutoCrit, so I'm getting the real-time feedback, and I can run those reports, and it's already in the system. I do have to say, for short fiction, I am really enjoying using AutoCrit to just go ahead and write it in the platform. Long fiction, pretty sure I'm going to stick with Scrivener. I do have the attachment so that Pro Writing Aid is working inside of Scrivener, and then I will port that over to AutoCrit so it can go through and do its grading on my work. All right. 10 minutes on the clock. If you have any questions, you want to tell me what you're working on, what your word count is for today, I'll be watching the comments. I'll be checking those in between the writing sprints. But this is 10 minutes of focused work. I'm going to try something different. We're going to try playing some music. And I'll mute this microphone here. But we're going to try playing some music for you. It's been kind of helping me get into the writing mood. So let's look for something. Feel free to pause it. It's not really the. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try that. If it grades on my nerves a bit, I'll stop it. But we'll go ahead and get to this first writing sprint. All right. See you in 10 minutes.
you
got into a good flow there, and my security, computer security system just kind of went into its thing to do its audit or round or whatever it does, and completely blacked my screen out. I was like, no. But no comments here, so we're gonna go ahead and get back into our next sprint. Thanks, guys. All right. This year, school time is a little earlier, so I can hear my son up, already starting to get ready for work, or sorry, starting to get ready for school. So I am gonna go help with that and get him out the door. Thank you guys so much for joining me for these writing sprints. Friday, because of the earlier start time we have with school and with everybody getting up and getting ready in the house, I think we're going to start at 5 a.m. So this Friday, I'll be back on here on Twitch and YouTube at 5 a.m. to do these writing sprints, and we'll get a few more in than we did today. But again, thanks for joining me. If you would, in the comments, let me know what you're working on. Let me know what your word count is. I'd love to hear from you. Also, you can go to killerprose.com. I do have more blog posts coming, some short fiction, so you can read some of what I'm writing, and click that little microphone button down at the bottom of the page so you can interact with the show. Send me voicemails. Let me know what you're working on, your word counts. We can play those on the air, answer questions on the air, and let me know what authors you would like to hear from, because I am booking some more interviews coming up in the next couple weeks. We have interviews with Andrew Nyberg. We have, let's see, Ivy Tholen coming on, um, and a few others, like quite a few indie authors and some people that are hitting that Amazon bestseller status to come on and talk about what they do for their process and what they're doing for their books. So thanks again, guys. And until Friday, enjoy the process.